China, a country with nearly 4,000 years of recorded history. A place where ancient walls stretch across mountains and deserts, where some of the world's fastest trains cross enormous distances, and where a country has built its own space station. And that's just the beginning. Because the more you learn about China, the more surprising it becomes. Today, we're counting down 10 fascinating facts about China that might completely change the way you see this massive country. 1. The Great Wall isn't actually one single wall. When you hear the words Great Wall of China, you probably picture one enormous wall stretching endlessly across the landscape. But that's not exactly how it works. The Great Wall is actually a massive network of walls, fortifications, watchtowers, and defensive structures built during different periods of Chinese history. Different dynasties constructed and expanded different sections over thousands of years. Together, these structures stretch across thousands of miles. So the Great Wall isn't really just one wall. It's more like a gigantic military defense system frozen in time. 2. China's history goes back thousands of years. Modern China is one of the world's most powerful countries. But its story began long before modern cities, technology, or skyscrapers. China has thousands of years of recorded history, shaped by powerful dynasties, wars, inventions, philosophy, art, and cultural change. For centuries, different dynasties rose and fell, leaving behind monuments, traditions, and ideas that still influence the country today. That's what makes China so fascinating. You're not just looking at a modern superpower. You're looking at one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations. 3. Mount Everest is connected to China too. Mount Everest, the highest point on Earth. Many people associate Everest with Nepal, but the mountain actually sits on the border between Nepal and China, while the southern side is in Nepal. And this tells you something about China's geography and long coastlines. China isn't just big. Its landscapes are incredibly diverse. 4. Giant pandas are native to China. Few animals are more closely associated with China than the giant panda. These black and white animals are native to mountainous forest regions of China, particularly in areas of Sichuan, Shanxi, and Gansu. But here's something crazy. A newborn panda can weigh only around 100 grams. That's roughly the weight of a small apple. Yet an adult giant panda can weigh more than 100 kilograms. So this tiny, almost helpless newborn eventually grows into an animal weighing hundreds of times more. And yes, they spend a huge part of their lives eating bamboo. 5. China has the world's largest high-speed rail network. Imagine getting on a train in one enormous city, and just a few hours later, you're hundreds of miles away. China has built the world's largest high-speed rail network. These trains connect major cities across the country and can travel at extremely high speeds. But the real story isn't just about speed, it's about scale. China is so large that connecting its population efficiently is a massive challenge. High-speed rail has become one of the country's most impressive infrastructure achievements, linking cities and regions across enormous distances. 6. The Yangtze is Asia's longest river. China is home to another natural giant, the Yangtze River. At around 6,300 kilometers, it's the longest river in Asia and one of the longest rivers on Earth. Western China, all the way toward the East China Sea. And it's much more than just a river. It plays a major role in China's agriculture, transportation, energy production industries depend on the river and the enormous region surrounding it. In many ways, the Yangtze is one of the arteries of modern China. 7. China played a major role in the history of paper. Today, paper seems almost too ordinary to think about. We write on it. A major role in the development of papermaking. During the Han Dynasty, Kai Lun is traditionally credited with improving the paper-making process. Over time, paper transformed the way people could record, preserve, and share knowledge. And that simple invention would eventually help change human history. Think about that the next time you pick up a piece of paper. 8. China has its own space station. China's ambitions don't stop on Earth. The country has developed its own space station, known as Tiangong. Chinese astronauts have carried out long-duration missions aboard the station, conducting scientific experiments and testing technologies in orbit. For much of the early space age, only a handful of nations had major human spaceflight capabilities. Today, China has established itself as one of the world's major space powers. From the ancient Great Wall to a modern space station orbiting hundreds of miles above Earth, China's story stretches from the distant past all the way into the future. 9. China has more than 1,500 major rivers. When people think about China's geography, they might imagine mountains, deserts, or huge cities. But China is also a country of rivers. According to Chinese government data, there are more than 1,500 rivers in the country, with drainage areas of at least 1,000 square kilometers. These waterways are essential for agriculture, transportation, water supplies, energy, and ecosystems. So China's geography isn't just enormous, it's also incredibly interconnected by water. 10. China is almost like several worlds in one country. And here's perhaps the most fascinating fact of all. China is so geographically diverse that it can feel like several different worlds exist within the same country. There are snow-covered mountains, vast deserts, high-altitude plateaus, dense forests, tropical regions, and enormous river valleys. The country stretches roughly 5,000 kilometers from east to west and more than 5,000 kilometers from north to south. That incredible size creates an enormous range of climates, landscapes, and ecosystems. And that's why traveling across China can feel like traveling through completely different countries without ever crossing a border.